There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you.
Ooh.
Not doing well, don't know where you
Just
are.
like a little bit of
'Cause
salt.
you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would.
Mambo, me 50. Hey guys, it's your girl. Welcome to another segment of Cooking with Linda Mary. Today I have guests, so I have a lot of things I want to cook. But first of all, let me just walk you through what I want to cook for my guests. My guests are on their way. What I want to do is 10 something a.m. I want to first prepare something that they can take immediately they come in. So if they get here before lunchtime, I will have tea ready and these sweet potatoes. Okay, if they happen to come during lunchtime, then I'll have lunch for them, and then in the evening this will be like an evening tea kind of thing. Okay, so we are cooking lunch. For lunch, I want to cook stew made up of beef and minji. What is minji in English? Is it green peas? I don't know. Minji and either potatoes or carrots. So that will be one stew, and then I'll cook chapati on the side. If we eat all of that during lunchtime and they're here also during supper, then I would also want to cook rice now, something simpler so I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Rice and then beans for them in the evening. What I did is that I boiled this meat. I boiled this beef at night because I don't have a fridge, so I just did it at night. I boiled it, and I would have also bought the green peas and but they need to be fresh. So that means I'm still going back to the market to buy those things. People have different ways of preparing sweet potatoes. This one is for tea, so I won't fry it or anything. I'll just boil it. But some people prefer to just boil it with the covers like this, and then when you're eating, that's when you peel off the cover. I've had those ones too. They are very tasty. But I don't like that because that's too much work for myself and for my guests. I don't imagine people at the table having to eat and be peeling potatoes at the same time. So I just prefer to peel them first and then boil them in water with salt.
I wanna go to parties. I also want good grades. I wanna finish high school. Scared of making my mistakes. Wish for you to take interest, but only when I want. I could be pretty, baby. Bronze teeth and confidence. You know all about the red and blue. I don't know.
As the sweet potatoes are cooking, I want to prepare chapati. I want to start making the dough, kneading, ama kukanda. I have one burner, so if I'm not creative, I'll be here the whole day, which I don't want. My chapatis are usually very simple. I'm just using the normal chapati flour from baking flour. I'm using a jar, and then I'll use cooking oil. This one is for kneading the dough, but when I'm cooking it on the pan, I'll use a different oil. I'll show you. That's just cowboy. And then I use salt. I don't do a lot. I have my warm water here, which I also use to knead the dough. This is it. Nothing complicated. Guys, I've never been great with measurements. I'm not the person who will tell you put 2 teaspoons of maybe sugar. I don't know. I normally just eyeball. I use my eyes, unless it's for cake. Then I'll check the measurements online. Some people prefer to add sugar to chapati, to use both sugar and salt. That's enough. I'm not expecting a lot of people. Even for salt, I just mix and then I taste like that. If it's not enough, I add. I don't know how to do this. For oil, I normally just pour until I feel like I have enough lumps. Let me show you. For me, I feel like now I have enough lamps. Like that's just how I normally know that I used enough oil. Some people need with hot water, but I prefer warm. And there's something I read somewhere that was very interesting. Someone said that, like some of those chapatis we buy by the roadside, they're just tasty when soft when they are hot, but when they become cold, they're very hard. That happens when you use hot water. There's a chemical reaction that apparently happens. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard.
You know all about the red lip blue. I don't know myself what I would do somehow.
How do I normally know that my dough is okay? Everything is clean. It's not sticking anywhere. If it's sticky, it means you've not used enough flour, so you just add. So this is it. You see, everything is clean. My hands are clean. That's how I know this dough is set. If you have foil, you can use it to cover it. I want to cover it with shopping bag, a clean shopping bag, so I can go to the market and now buy the other things, the peas that I talked about, the carrots or potatoes, so I can come back and prepare the stew. Once these sweet potatoes are ready, I make tea and then I prepare the stew.
I said you cut for me a little.
Cut for you a little.
Yes.
Why don't you make your own dough? Who wants mommy's dough? Yeah.
Yay! Thank you.
You're welcome. So you play with that, or you cook your own chapatis with that. Sawa.
Yes.
So I'll leave this for. I can cook it immediately. Sometimes I do it immediately. We don't have a rule, but I can also leave it for even like 30 minutes to 1 hour as I do these other things.
They always buy flowers, always show up on time.
Let's check on these. Ooh. Hey, they are ready. See, they're even breaking on their own. Can see them. Oh, this is good. They're ready. Let me just test. I know there are people who don't taste while cooking food. Let me test. So delicious and so ready. So I'll just leave it to cool because it's a bit hot. While preparing the tea, I decided to add sugar because I know my guests, and mostly it was just kids and one adult, but some people prefer to put sugar on their own so they can choose the amount of sugar they want in their tea. So in that case, you can just put the sugar in the sugar dish and then let your guests serve themselves. And the idea of preparing tea and sweet potatoes was a good one because at this point my guests arrived, but they had something to take as they continued to prepare lunch. And I wanted to point out that I was expecting a small number of people, so don't be worried that the food is not too much.
They always make calls, always on that FaceTime. Something about when they're holding me late at night. It feels good, but not right. I won't lie.
So this is ready. Normally, I would just fry the beef and then add this so that they can be ready together, but I overboiled the beef. They're really too soft, so I don't want them to be extra soft. So I'm just going to boil this separately and then mix them together. And what I've noticed is that if I want the green peas, how many? If I want the green peas to remain green, my guests are ready here. If I want the green peas to remain green, I normally add just like a little bit of salt. Yeah, you can hear the commotion. And then just boil them.
But not that bad. I want company, but not that bad. And just know something, I ain't settling. So I'll just wait for the one that's meant for me. 'Cause I know my worth and I know I'm worth it. So until then, just wait. I'll just wait.
it's now time to start preparing our beef stew, and I'd already boiled it. I showed it to you. So I just like to fry it until it becomes very brown before I even add onions. And I like using a lot of onions. I usually feel like onions make the food taste and smell so good. And this is my holy grail, curry powder, and specifically from Simba. Everything else I prefer from tropical heat, but curry powder for Simba. The two ingredients that I can't do without for beef is this garlic that I'm putting, and garlic and curry powder. Garlic and curry powder, those are the two ingredients that just take food from average to wow. And then there's something else that I discovered, that is nor beef. I love the way this thing makes food so tasty. And I normally just use like half, but since I was cooking a lot of beef stew, I decided to use a full one. I normally just drop it in and let it melt, or I just pound it currently. It makes the food so tasty. And the way I cook beef is that I put everything else, I put tomatoes last. So whatever spices I need to do, I put them first, let them cook, and then put tomatoes. And yes, baby wanted to see what I was cooking. And then I add salt so it can soften the tomatoes like faster and more. And this is how everything has turned out now. So I'm just adding everything that I'd boiled, which is the carrots, the green peas, and the potatoes. So if I had not overboiled the beef, I will just add these ones at this point and cooked, and then add water and let them cook. But since the meat already overboiled, I boil these separately and then mix them together. So everything in this meal is ready. You just add water and maybe some Royco to make it thick, and I like mixing my Royco with water so I don't taste the lumps in food. When you eat food and then you taste those lumps, it's like when you're eating pilau and then you taste those two sticks. It's just not a good feeling. So when I pour this, I just put some little soup because everything was ready. So I just wanted the flavors to mix, and then we have our beef stew. The one thing that usually takes the most time for me when preparing chapatis is rolling them out, now preparing that shape. So I prefer to put them on the pan so they can dry a little bit, all of them, before I start putting the oil. So of course, if I'm cooking like a whole packet of chapati or more, I can't do this. But since this was like half a packet, I just do that, and then that's when I add the oil. I start cooking and I'm done with the rolling process. And then I turn it, and then I put oil on this other side too. And I like cooking my chapatis in twos, like group of two. So when one side is ready, I just add another chapati on top. You see what I do? So that I feel like that cooks also faster. Yeah, just add on top like that. And then when the bottom part is ready, I flip it over. I remove the ready one, keep it aside, and then do the same with the one on the pan. So that's what I want to do for all the chapatis.
I can't take it. I wish I get away from here. Never back to this. It's all I wanted, and I'm so forget about you. 'Cause what you did is not that cool.
So chapatis are ready. I didn't use cowboy. I realized I'd run out and I didn't want to go out again to buy. So these are chapos and this is the stew. Yeah, kids are already playing. I've made the chapati and the stew. I want to make beans for supper, so I'll just cook rice at night. So guys, I didn't boil these beans myself. I bought boiled beans. We have that option because I thought that will save time. There are different types of beans, and this one was yellow beans. Yellow beans are great with the rice. They're so delicious. But if you're cooking maybe ideri, you can go for nyayo and all the other types. So I just wanted to give you a recap of what we prepared, which was tea and these sweet potatoes. They were so delicious. And this chapati and the beef stew. This is how it turned out. It was so yummy. Even the chapatis, they were so soft and delicious. And then I also prepared rice, and the beans came out so tasty too. Thank you so much for watching this segment of Cooking with Linda Mary. See you in my next video. And someone is here laughing. That's why I'm getting nervous. I'm sure for video. Someone where?